Hi guys, welcome to the 12 Days of Magical Holiday Baking, where we are making a series of family favorites, as well as some new recipes we've not tried before but sound delicious. Today we are going to make a family favorite. It is peanut butter kiss cookies, also known as peanut butter blossoms, using the famous Hershey Kisses. So I'd like to welcome you to my backyard KY Homestead. My name is Kim, and let me show you what we need to make these cookies. So today we're going to be making the peanut butter blossoms, which are also famous by the Hershey Kiss company. So we need Hershey Kisses, we need a little bit of milk, a little bit of baking powder, baking soda, some shortening or butter, homemade vanilla, peanut butter, 1 egg. Then we will also need flour, granular white sugar, and brown sugar. So what we're going to do is go ahead and put the butter in. This has been sitting out softening. So we need a half a cup, which is 2 sticks of butter. Double check that. That's 8 tablespoons is 1. Nope, back up. We only need 1. See? Alright. So I goofed up, but I caught it. So we're going to step back just a step. We only actually need 1 stick of butter, which is a half a cup. If you look on the butter packaging here, it will tell you 8 tablespoons equals a quarter. I was looking at a quarter of a pound, but it is actually half a cup. So we just need 1 full stick of butter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 stick of butter, and then a half a cup of peanut butter. So we have a half a cup of peanut butter and a half a cup of shortening. We're going to go ahead, put the mixer down, and put it on high speed for 30 seconds. So then we're going to add a half a cup of granulated sugar, add a quarter cup measure here. So 2 of those in there. And then we're going to do a half a cup of brown sugar. When you do brown sugar, you want to make sure to pack it. So where with flour and other sugar, you would never squish it down, you will squish brown sugar down. Go ahead and scrape the sides. Okay, looks pretty good. Now, for some reason, this series of recipes includes the baking powder and baking soda and with the wet ingredients, which I have never seen before. So we're going to wait and combine that with the flour before we put that in here. So we're going to go ahead and add 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of milk, one teaspoon of vanilla. So we're just going to give it a nice little dash of vanilla. Can't have too much vanilla usually. Smells good. So we get this back down here. Actually, let me go ahead and scrape the sides once again. So we're going to go ahead and get this back on, and then we're going to get our flour measured out along with our baking soda and baking powder. Alright, that's looking really good. So what we need is 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. When you're measuring flour, you don't want to push it down. You want to take the back of a knife and just scrape it across the top, and then you have your 1 cup. Okay, and then we need 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to use a 1/4 cup measure 3 times. 2 and 3. So you want to make sure when you have a recipe with baking powder or baking soda or both that you're using the right one, because they are not exactly the same. So for the baking powder, I need 1 teaspoon. So I'm going to dip it in there and then use the can so I can level it off. Sprinkle it around. And then for baking powder or for baking soda, I need 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking soda, which is teeny tiny. And again, I'm going to scoop it out. I'm going to use the edge of the box to level it off. And then dump it in. And then what I'm going to do is just go ahead and just gently stir that up. Because what we want to do is avoid getting any globs of that baking soda or baking powder because it's extremely salty. We want to get it mixed through. We don't want the wet ingredients in here to grab hold of it and create just a really nasty bite. Okay. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and mix as much of this into the pot with the mixer as we can, and then we can finish the rest of it by hand if needed. So we're going to go ahead and pour in a little bit. We'll start on low because we don't want the flour to go everywhere. Alright, that's pretty good. So I'll go ahead and get this cleared off. So I'm going to go ahead and use the spatula to clear off the sides. And then I'm going to use, you want a fairly sturdy spoon so this doesn't have any real give to it. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up just a little bit more. That looks good. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to use a cookie scoop. I'm going to get a little bit, fill it up with batter. I'm going to take it, roll it in my hands. And then we're going to roll it in this granulated sugar. And then we're going to pop it on the pan. And then we're going to go ahead and just go through all of these. I will have several batches of them. I will say you only want to pull out as much, I've got way too much sugar here, but you only want to use as much sugar as you're going to use because we have raw egg in the stove. You do not want to reuse the sugar for anything that's not going to be cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes at 350 degrees. And while they are baking, we're going to go ahead and unpackage the Hershey Kiss cookies because we will need these as soon as they come out of the oven. We'll also go ahead and get the other tray ready to go into the oven. This is all washed up and we'll get the kisses unwrapped and we'll be ready for when they come out of the oven. So we have 27 cookies, so we're going to go ahead and unwrap 27 kisses. So here we go. Go ahead and put the other ones in. So these were bigger than what we usually make, and they took longer. They were a little closer to 15 minutes. But what you're wanting is a little bit of light brown around the edge, a little bit of cracking. And then we were going to take one of the kisses and put it in. Yeah, these are huge cookies. Holy cow. We're going to put that into each one. And then we're going to transfer them to this cooling rack. So whenever you're making cookies, you really do want some type of cooling rack, or even bread. Anything you're baking, you really want something way to cool it, get some airflow underneath. These are monster cookies. Holy cow. Oops. Now the kiss will melt a little bit overall. It will become very smooth, but then it will reharden as it cools. So to just very gently pick them up. Put them on a cooling tray. And we will want to leave them here until they are completely cool. So we'll be back. This is the second batch out. We're going to let them cool. The kisses will harden up and solidify. And then we'll be able to get them ready to go out. So we'll be back. So we have a beautiful plate of peanut butter kiss cookies. They look delicious. They actually are. If you're interested in more holiday baking, be sure to check out this video. And I'll see you guys the next time.